All right, everybody, here he is again, the famous Ed. So, Ed, you don't have your bib overalls on today.
Yeah, my uniform. I just don't have it today. I was but I had to stop to see you.
All right. So last time when you had your bib overalls, they had a hole in the crotch, Ed. Did you get that patched up?
No, it's summertime. It's not as important. Wintertime, I have to.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So this is the deal. The flower pieces are on the wall, and Ed had some ideas about the flower pieces. Well, would you care to share these with me? I'm sure you love them.
Oh, well, Barry, you're always asking my opinion, and you know what? I'm glad to give it to you.
Right.
In more ways than one. Not only the opinion, but also the hard stuff. Yeah, they're nice. I think they're great. But you're displaying them on a wall. That's not going to be normal for the people that are going to buy this.
Right.
People that are going to buy this are more than likely, it's going to be women because of flowers, and it's going to be on a kitchen wall or a den, someplace where it's light and airy.
Yeah.
These flowers are beautiful and decorative, but the background board is too harsh. It's too contrasted off a white wall, as if most probably walls are going to be this value.
Yeah.
They might not have this texture, but they're going to be white or an off-white. And with this hanging, this contrast board, darker, it looks good on this wall because it's not calling attention to the blue.
Yeah.
And in fact, basically, everything's the same value. If you took a black and white photograph of this, the only thing you would see is this bug.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah, so for the most part, the flowers could have a little bit more contrast. You probably had the same, you had $4 pints of paint, and you decided that's what it's going to use. You didn't mix it.
No, we did mix it.
They all got the same.
They got texture. They got dry brush on here, but the backgrounds are
Yeah,
the
but
same.
you got yellow, you got green, and you got blue.
Yeah,
You got purple, green, and blue.
Yeah.
You don't have the values are too close.
Well, I wanted it to be like Warhol's silkscreen big flowers. That's what I was doing.
Okay, Warhol's, yeah, but it
Yeah,
also
that's what I wanted to have, a silkscreen type of palette.
Oh, well, maybe the palette Warhol stuff works because it was framed and probably had a border around it. Everything is relative to placement, size, the market you're selling to.
Where
I'm going with these is I'm criticizing from the point of if someone's going to buy these, it's going to hang on a more than likely a white wall.
All right.
And this is too contrasted.
All right. Okay, so let me ask you a question, Ed. See, I'm starting to think that the general public knows little to nothing about art, and that they don't have much courage with respect to buying art. Because I put these on my post. Now, in my opinion, this is beautiful. This is the #1 flower. I'm asking $300 for this thing. Now, I think that if someone gets a chance to have a #1 of something from an artist that's done something with their lives, that they would snatch that up, because it's like when you get a chance to get a #1 and look how cool these are. But
okay.
I had like 1,000 people look at these things. I did not sell one. I'm totally disappointed in my art collectors. Completely disappointed. And then my friends that I thought might buy one, they're like, we can't put that in our house. It looks like a vulva.
Well, it could look like that. I call it a bug because I'm a little less vulgar, but it turns out to be, it's not a work of art, Barry.
It's a work of art. How can you say it's not a work of art? What are you talking about? It's an artist. I'm an artist. I made it. How can you say it's not a work of art?
You made one. That's now a work of art. But the minute you mass produce them, the aesthetic.
It's a limited edition. They're
You
going to
can
be
call it, yeah.
numbered.
Okay, you
But
can
they're
say
all original
you could
colors.
say a peanut butter jar, if they changed the label on it, is a limited edition jar. But they printed 5 million of them.
I'm going to sign and number them on the back end.
Okay.
There are all kinds of artists done like
Okay,
that.
I don't see you in the same biography as Andy Warhol. So, are you on the same page or a little bit off? Yeah.
What do you mean? This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
This is my attempt at trying to merge
I have
chainsaw carving with art on art terms.
I have no idea
Oh, my God.
that the Penske flowers are not internationally known yet. They might be.
I just
they
made
might
them.
be, but you have to really market the hell out of this.
Well, I'm saying-
and
Okay,
and
look
if you're
at-
going to
so tell
use
me
my
this.
criticism, it's you know what, the market's going the other way.
That's
yeah, because I'm giving it to you level.
Tell me this. Now, do you not think, because of all the things I've done with my career and the fact that I carve with a chainsaw and so forth and so on, and I've evolved into this, and with respect to art, with respect to screen printing, with respect to machining, and all of these things that I've done, that in 40 or 50 years, these could be in a Sotheby's auction for $40,000-$50,000.
The fact that they are mass produced divides
Ed, there's 4 of them. They're not mass produced.
There's 4 of them.
It's a
Are they going to
process.
be painted different colors?
Yes.
Are they going to have the same physical shape? These all have the same shape.
They're all carved by hand after they're milled. They're carved by hand and then finished.
The majority of the image is done already. So
yeah,
you
well,
carve it. It's
look
sort
at
of like,
what do you think etchings are? What do you think like Rodin? His bronzes. They made those out of plaster. They cast them in bronze. They had a limited number of 18. Photographs are done in prints and signed and numbered.
Yeah,
These are like original hand-colored prints.
These are not prints. A print is a print. There's nothing done to it. The only difference in that print is maybe a little more ink on it, maybe a little deeper impression. However, it's not manipulated at all.
So these
are signed.
These are that much more unique because how many people are doing machining and then hand finishing the machining and then signing numbering? This is innovation, Ed. This shows how brilliant I really am and innovative, and nobody gets it.
You know why they don't get it? I don't want to be harsh to you, Barry, because you still open the door for me to come in. For the most part,
It's
you ask my opinion.
I'm asking.
And I always put my gloves on for you because you know what? I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be frank, honest. And as far as I'm concerned, for whatever you get for them, I'm sure you put the effort into it. I'm sure there's some people that have a hole on a plaster wall that they have to cover. And you know what? This is almost as cheap as sheetrock, and it's more decorative. So there is a market for it, but you got to either have a customer that's half blind, so rich that he doesn't give a shit about how he spends his money, or you bamboozled them, you charmed them like you charm everybody except me. You can't buy me.
I think people are missing the boat here, and that this is bold. These are bold. These are cool.
Talking about a boat, it's
Bold.
sinking.
It is not sinking.
No,
Ed.
they're missing the boat. You know why? It's already sunk, as far as I'm concerned. No.
Man.
Now you can improve
Plaster
on this
wall
by
patch holes.
making this a lighter value.
All right.
So when it gets on a kitchen wall or a wall that they have decoration on, it doesn't show the squareness. But and you know what? To make it a little bit more unique, you got the same negative space all over. Put the flower off to one side, up high, low, and use the board it's on as a form of negative space. It's like lettering. A letter is good. It's much better when the negative space becomes active and good. And the negative space is all the same.
They're too tight on there?
Yeah.
Well, that's the size of the block I use. I mean, these are
Well,
so I'm going to make some bigger blocks
you-
next.
so
I'm going
you
to make
buy-
some bigger flowers. But if nobody wants them, I'm
Well,
thinking
maybe
about
if you-
switching them to make the center look more like an anus than a vulva.
Maybe if you improved on the physicalness of it, it would sell.
I think people are missing the boat. If I saw this somewhere, I would think that was brilliant. I like the simplicity and the complexity of it, and I like the play of it. I like the movement. I like the texture. I'd be like, I want to own that. That is cool.
Well,
People aren't bold enough, and they're missing the boat.
You
They're
know what?
missing the boat, Ed. I'm telling
people
you.
might not have art sense. People might have money, but you know what? People innately know what beautiful.
I don't think they do.
You know what? You look at. Well, that's true. Some women don't dress well. Other women do.
Yeah.
So, and some guys dress well,
I think
like
part
me,
of the deal.
and some don't, like you. No. But it turns
It's a
out.
lovely.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. You know, I knew I was coming here, so I didn't have to dress
today,
up.
Yeah.
But it turns out to be innately people sense beauty.
I think these need to be in a different market. I think Chester, Vermont is the middle of freaking nowhere, and these haven't been seen. And if they were in a cool place and a cool gallery, I think if we get this place cleaned up and open and get some cool people coming through here, it'll be a whole different deal.
You know what? If you know what, they're shown on a wall which says that's where they should be. Maybe put a stick, drill a hole through all of them. Put them on a stick and almost make a mobile.
A mobile.
That goes. Now it can be put in a garden.
Like a Calder thing.
It could be, yes. Louise Nevelson. Maybe not a Calder.
Well, I was going to put three together and have it be a triptych. That was part of my plan.
No, well, triptych means that somebody's going to brush against it on a wall.
Well, it was going to be on a wall. Yeah, that was my idea.
But
to
a
put three
cryptic,
together.
you don't want it out this far. Because what happens, the lighting's going to throw a shadow.
Three side by side together, a triptych. 1, 2, 3 of them.
It looks more like, you know what? Because it's flowers, it's colorful.
Should be out in the garden.
I would think put a piece of metal in it.
Maybe
Peter, put a piece of metal in it.
You got a good idea, Ed.
Get it connected.
We're
and you
gonna
know
cut
what?
some of these
and
right
put
on
wires.
the-
Put
right.
wires and let it float.
We're gonna put some. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some more of these. We're gonna cut the background off, and we're gonna put them on a metal rod, so you could put your vulva flower right in your garden.
Well, either that, yeah.
That's a good idea, Ed. Wow, you're brilliant sometimes. When you're not making up shit, you come up with good ideas.
Well, I have an opinion on everything.
You do. Well, you're very confident in it too.
Well, I believe it.
About.
Well, if you follow me around, I have proof for what
I need to take more of your advice, Ed. I think you have good advice.
Oh yeah.
All right, now is there anything else that you want to say to your fans? Because nobody likes my videos, Ed. The only videos that they do are the ones that you are in. They want more Ed.
Let me apologize. I don't have my bibs on, so the image has gone to hell. But I'm glad that you like it. It's sincere. It's not a whole bunch of stuff. It's years of being exposed to beautiful things, museums, architecture, art, and I express myself that way. And and if people know me, they understand that I'm sincere about it, and I'm not just trying to inflate my ego. My ego's strong enough.
You're the real deal.
I have to have a good ego to come in and visit you. you definitely.
All right, Ed. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye, fans.